Hi everyone, this is Natasha. I've been asked how I store my 6x6 paper stacks. Many of you who are not new to my channel know that I have an affinity to 6x6 stacks because I like the scale for cards and smaller projects. And I have quite a few, and they're in from various companies, and the easiest way that I have found to store them is in 6.5 by 6.5 bags like this. And the reason I store them in the bags is when I go to use again I apologize, my dog's telling you someone's here. When I use paper and I have pieces left over, I can pop it in the bag without losing track of them, and then that way I keep the extras with the collection. For example, let me just turn this light off. I made a little card today, which I haven't even done a video of yet, inviting somebody to a barbecue, right there, using a Stamper's Best stamp. But then the colors that I used in coloring in the burger were identical to the papers from this basic gray hopscotch paper, this particular stripe. So all the leftovers from that page I just tucked back into the sleeve, and then I'm gonna tuck it into my tote. And the way that the tote is organized, I'm gonna tilt it hopefully without hitting the camera, is I have tabs. And let me show you a tab closer up. Oh, sorry, bright light. So this is my Authentique tab, and I just realized it's not auto-focusing. So I have just a printer piece of paper with some lines from Excel that have the collection names and years, and this is from AuthentiquePaper.com. I just included the URL to the particular company, and then I just hand wrote with a pencil the names. And then if I receive the stack from someone like the Splendid Collection Authentique, Roxy shared with me because I did some die cuts for her, so I kept half the stack or portion of the stack, and I think maybe a third of the stack, so I just noted that that was from Roxy, and then the year. And the reason I included the year is because when I do videos, and let me show you another one of my basic gray, when I do videos of projects and I show the or I mention the name of the paper collection, I often get asked what year it is, so I just thought it would be easier for me to have that information all together. So you could do this particular tote, I think it's from, well, there's no label left anymore, but it fits 2 stacks of 6x6 side by side with some room on the sides. You see, there's still some room left there. In the Y direction. If you turn it, you can fit 8x8s standing up in a single column with the same thing. Now the tags, or the tabs, all I did is I cut down a 12x12.5 sheet of medium weight chipboard, making them 6x12, and then with Tim Holtz on the edge die, it's the tag file tabs. I just alternated between the side tab and the center tab, and then I trimmed it down to 6 3/4. And the reason I did that is because some of the stacks have this hole, so there's a 1/2 inch at the top, so they're 6x6 papers, but then there's a 1/2 inch, and I wanted the tabs to stand up just a little further than the actual paper, because that will make it easier to just go to directly the paper that I'm looking for. Here, let me see if I could tilt that. See? Like that. So I have King Company, Echo Park, 7 Gypsies, Prima, My Mind's Eye, a lot of My Mind's Eye, lots and lots of it. So I did fill this up pretty tightly. I have a little bit of wiggle room here, but again, they're really adjustable. And the only other thing that I did is I put a piece of the remnant pieces of chipboard in between the two stacks, in order for them to move smoother without catching on each other, because everything's in plastic sleeves. Now the only other thing that I might do is I have a 1/4 inch P-Touch label tape, which is what I used for the titles right here. See, basic gray. And I might label the spines of the individual 6x6 stacks right across the top, so I know the way that Authentique does on there. And not all of them actually do that. Not all Authentique has this, just says celebrate, so you then, from looking down, you know exactly which stack, which paper collection it is. So I may or may not do that, depends on how much time I have. As you can see, I have a lot of my mind's eye, and some of them there's no spines. Like these are the Textura, just 6x6 plain paper, so I don't really need to label them because it's just a matter of the colors. So there you go. If you have any questions for me, please leave me a comment below. I do have the 6.5 by 6.5 packs of 50 available on my blog, and I'll include a link in the description below to that blog post if anyone's interested in purchasing some. Again, if you have any questions for me, please leave me a comment. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching.